Hi, this is Omari from SquarespaceThemes.com, and this video is, I guess you'd call it maybe a live workshop on how to better understand your SEO using search analytics. Now, I haven't given SquarespaceThemes.com much care and feeding lately, and so I'm starting to devote set time each month to basically, SEO the site and kind of manicure the dead ends and really leverage what's working, et cetera. So what you're looking at right now is the search analytics dashboard within Google Search Console. And so what I'm looking at here is over the past month, this kind of gives me a perspective into, what queries am I showing up for? So you can see the keywords down here that I'm showing up for. What pages are getting the most traffic from Google? This is very important. I can see the countries, devices. This is helpful. It shows that, I'm still getting most of my traffic here from the desktop. So it just lets me better understand, the behavior. I think with a site like SquarespaceThemes.com, where it's more of a resource, you're not going to be Googling, that from your phone. You're most likely going to be at a desktop working on your site or looking for information that way. So I'll just dive right into how exactly I'm looking at this and how I'm going to use this, right? So, this is very interesting because Squarespace code snippets isn't something that I intentionally, optimized any pages for on my site. So when I click this link, it actually takes me to, I can see what's showing up. And so for Squarespace code snippets, I'm currently ranking 4 here. And so this blog post, I mentioned code snippets here because one of the resources that I list is good for code snippets, but this isn't actually taking you to any code snippets on my site. So it's, it could potentially be a little misleading. However, it's currently working in my favor, right? So I'm gonna just, jump into that post just to see what I can do to capitalize on this. As you can see, it's over the past month, it's gotten 67 impressions, 20 clicks. So, about 1 out of every 3 people who Google Squarespace code snippets, they click this link. So, that's a good sign. But I want it to be useful, right? So, if I'm someone who's looking for code snippets and I pull this up, then I'll start to scroll and I'll say, okay, cool, looks like some resources, Square plugins, they have code snippets. So, I'm basically sending traffic to Square plugins here, right? Because that's what someone is looking for and that's what they offer. I think also here, code snippets, free code snippets. So, there's some indicators on here that would say that this is a good kind of in between site to basically direct you towards code snippets. But I've got some code snippets here too on SquarespaceThemes.com. So I think what I might do is, leverage some of the traffic that's already being driven to this post for code snippets, and maybe I'll add myself to this list of resources, and direct people that way. So that's one thing. Also Squarespace plugins. I'm currently, it's not much. It's only 14 clicks. However, it's still generating some traffic, right? So if I click through to see why I'm ranking like that. I can see that for Squarespace plugins, not on the first page, but I am at the top of the second. So as you can see, this post is titled Squarespace plugins adds a sticky sidebar to your blog. If you check out the URL, how to add a sticky sidebar to your Squarespace blog. So it's really free, but it doesn't work on my side. See, I gotta check this stuff out more often. So if you click here, you can download the free plugin, which is pretty cool. The reason I'm doing this is because I haven't updated this in a while, and so I just want to make sure that whatever people are experiencing, I'm aware of it, right? So you sign up for the free sticky plugin, you get a code, takes you right here, plug this into your site code injection, and then you copy and paste this into your blog page header code. So I think there's a few things that might be missing. And I don't have a sidebar on this blog. So I think what I'm gonna do to better kind of optimize this single post here is I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna be very specific about which templates this code will work on. I'm gonna implement it here also, so it becomes an actual sidebar and you can, get there from any of the posts on this blog. And this is kind of me thinking out loud of, how do I go back? You can see this is July 30th, about 5 months ago. How do I kind of go back and really make this better, make this even more useful? Because the whole point of SEO is you're on the end of someone else's journey. You're on the other side of someone else's quest. They're looking for something, and whatever that thing is, if you're going to raise your hand and say you have it, by indicating with a headline or something like that, you want to have it. So I'm indicating here that I've got a Squarespace plugin and it's going to add a sticky sidebar to your blog. But if the feedback says it doesn't seem to work on their site, then there's an opportunity here. The opportunity is to make it work, make sure it works. So, there's another one, Gumroad Squarespace. If I click that, oops. How to seamlessly integrate Gumroad with here. So, I could probably drop the word seamlessly here and make this how to integrate Gumroad with Squarespace, just to make, we only have limited space here. So just to make this very, very clear as to what it is. And as you can see, these sources are pretty good, but I think what I've got here is also pretty good. Because what we're doing is we're replacing the Squarespace purchase now link with the Gumroad. And so, I kind of walk you through how to do that here. So this is something that I will make sure that this code is all still, clear and efficient and that it actually works. So yeah, that's just, I don't want this to go on too long, but that's just kind of how I go about using search analytics to better understand what's going on with my site and how I can make it better. So these are the pages, and so number one, I've got a post on how to use Facebook comments for your Squarespace blog. With your Squarespace blog. So there's, I can change this URL slug to probably just Facebook comments with Squarespace, just to simplify that. can also go back and make sure that this, that this post actually works as intended. And, that kind of gives you an idea. It's ranking on the first page, I guess, for probably Facebook comments with Squarespace. Let me check out the queries. There you go, Squarespace Facebook comments. There you go. So it's the second thing that pops up. So this is how I use this. It's a way to kind of just self-critique and see what's working, what's not working, what can be better. And so, I hope this helps you as you better SEO your site. And this is something that I would recommend once a month, is to, come into search analytics and see what the behavior is, see what the traffic has been like, and look at the different ways you can make your content better based on what people are looking for. And one thing I haven't stated explicitly is when someone searches, Squarespace Facebook comments, your headline is really, the primary indicator of whether they're going to click or not. So this is a how-to, right? So if I'm looking for Squarespace Facebook comments, I'm thinking, all right, how am I going to do that? How to use Facebook comments with your Squarespace blog? See, this is clear. The description, it probably could be better. I probably don't care about these people anymore. I don't think it's relevant to this post. And so I can make this better, right? So it's a continuous improvement type of thing. It's iterative. It's about just delivering better and better content for what people are looking for. That's the whole point. And so this tool definitely helps you do that and gives you some benchmarks to work on and work against. So I hope this helps. Feel free to hit me up on squarespacethemes.com or check us out on Facebook, Squarespace for Business-Minded Creatives. That's the group. You can just search that in Facebook and you'll find us. I think that's it. So catch you later. Peace.